Tom van Aken, CEO of Avantium, good to have you here at the table together with Zanna McFerson. Welcome. You're the Managing Director for Sustainable Chemical Technologies, the development thereof, and Paul Mesters, CEO of Suiker Unie. Welcome here at the studio Avantium. So Avantium is actually a small company, Tom, let's be honest, but yet you are opening a third demonstration plant. Isn't that a little overambitious?
Well, I think you're right. We are very ambitious. We are a renewable chemistry company, and we want to make to take the lead in transitioning from the fossil economy to the renewable economy. And this is indeed the third technology that we are bringing to demonstration plant, and I'm very proud that we are the first company that has achieved to scale 3 technologies from the lab into demonstration scale.
Yeah, and that demonstration scale is an important step. We're going to talk about that. But what is the potential? Because you're investing a lot of resources into that, and we just heard that it's $1 trillion industry. Is that the market you're aiming at?
Well, today we are opening our bio-MEG demonstration plant, and MEG represents a $25 billion industry. And it's,
25 billion.
Yes, and it's rapidly growing, but it's almost made entirely from petroleum. And what we're trying to do is to make that from plant-based resources.
Yeah, so it's the exact same thing, but just with a different starting point, a renewable starting point.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So, Zanna, what does the opening mean? It's a big step.
It's a significant milestone for Avantium. We have been working on this in research for many, many years, so we call this really the end of the beginning. And now we can finally take this research and take all of the external trials that we have been doing, and we're putting that into this demonstration plant. So we'll be able to produce product, prove the technology, and we have brand owners today that are looking for solutions, for plant-based solutions for their materials, for their packaging. And what we're now able to do is to work with partners, different partners that have an opportunity, for instance, in feedstock. So we talk about sugar beet, sugar cane, corn, wheat, and other places where we can get industrial sugars. And for that, we are partnering up with various companies and really looking at that feedstock opportunity for them.
Speaking of feedstock, I believe we have some actual plants here in the room. Paul, did you bring them fresh from the land?
Fresh.
What are we even looking at?
We are looking at the complete sugar beet, freshly from the field, tilted.
Yeah.
I took it this morning from Groningen, so not too far from Delfzijl. And I hope in the future that we can be one of the feedstock suppliers for this process. Sugar beet is a very unique product in the Netherlands. It's one of the common crops in the Netherlands and has a very high yield. So I think sugar beet can help in this process, especially to lower the greenhouse gases, because that's the end goal we all have in this project, is to make renewable and, of course, lower the greenhouse gases, and by that achieving the climate agreement of Paris.
Well, that sounds really sweet. Sweeter than sugar, actually.
Of course, yeah.
And you call sugar the new oil, which I find fascinating. Let's talk about that in a little bit. But you already mentioned Groningen, which is very close to where we're headed right now. Because how does that work, sugar as the new oil? Let's say it's time for our big reveal, the significant milestone that Zanna talked about. It's a milestone in the history of Avantium and hopefully the world. Let's switch to Delfzijl to discover the name of this new technology and for the opening of the demonstration plant this morning.
Well, this is a great day for Avantium, opening our third pilot plant, to be here together with so many of our partners, of our investors and colleagues. This is the first company in history and also the first company in this new, exciting, emerging industry that has accomplished to scale 3 technologies that it had developed by itself and bring it to demonstration scales.
And if we want to tackle climate change and reduce CO2 emission, then we need perspective. We're changing the future right now, and actually I would say it's a kind of plastic revolution, a chemistry revolution, that you are showing now to Groningen, to the Netherlands and to the world. I want to congratulate.
This is going to be the room where we will produce bio-MEG. MEG that is not made from fossil below the ground, but from carbon above the ground. This is what consumers have been asking for. This is what brand owners are asking for. Something that's much more sustainable. So, this has a very, very big future. Herewith, we open the bio-MEG facility demonstration plant in Delfzijl.
Well, congratulations. That's wonderful and exciting. So Ray, that's the name of the new technology. Zanna.
Ray technology, a ray of hope, a ray of sunshine. When we think about the immense challenge we have in the world today to mitigate climate change, this is one solution that we hope to bring to the world to make a positive environmental impact.
There are more companies that do this, that produce this MEG also out of plant-based materials, right? Isn't that a problem, if you look at competition?
The MEG market today is growing in such a way that in the next 15 years, we need 30 to 40 full-scale commercial plants just to meet the growth. That's not even touching the base of the market.
Oh, wow.
It's a tremendous opportunity. So in this case, we're looking to introduce our technology in this market. It's a one-step process. We believe we have a cost differential, a competitive advantage in this, in the technology that we've developed today.
Yeah. Because maybe you started out so early. It's a process of years, as you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Now, Paul, you said sugar is the new oil. Can you explain how you see that?
Yes, in general, if you look at oil, it's of course very old plants. If you think about oil, they are millions of years old, and the sugars out of plant materials, if it is wood, corn, or if it is a sugar beet, is of course of a short chain cycled carbon dioxide. So we don't have to pump up the oil. We have the oil basically in the plants.
Yeah.
So the sugars, the energy is in the plants, can be converted into bioplastics. And I think that's the way to achieve at least carbon neutrality in the future.
And it's a new way of looking. I mean, I'll never look at a sugar beet the same way. I don't think I ever had looked at a sugar beet before. But could that be a solution for farmers too? Because now the only thing they can do with it is produce sugar, but this is a whole new way of looking at their crops.
Yeah.
Could that be a solution?
For farmers worldwide, but also in the Netherlands, next to food, I think this is a new direction to go. There is enough yield increase. For example, in the sugar beet, we went from 8 tons of sugar to 14 tons of sugar. So if we use part of that yield increase for bio-based materials, we don't have to compete with food, we can do both.
Okay, yeah, that's an important question. It doesn't necessarily have to compete with food.
No.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And this is the end of the beginning, as you said. So what's after that? Not the beginning of the end, I hope.
Absolutely not. Now we're looking to partners and companies that we can really work with in the transition to a bio-based economy, and looking for that economic opportunity for everyone to join us in that.
Well, I wish you the best of luck at what is to come next for all of you. Thank you so much.